for El Paso Locomotive FC. 6 years playing here in beautiful downtown El Paso, and the passion for this team is as high as it's a new season for El Paso Locomotive FC. 6 years playing here in beautiful downtown El Paso, and the passion for this team is as high as ever. Tonight, Locomotive FC welcomes Hartford Athletic as we get the 2024 USL Championship season underway. Good evening to you, and I am Duke Keith. Welcome to Southwest University Park. It's good to be back. Yeah, there have been a lot of changes since we last left you in October. New players, we'll talk about that very shortly. A new partnership with Hummel USA for the kits, and a new broadcast partnership with our friends at KVIA, making Locomotive games more accessible to more people in more places than ever before. But about those new players, lots and lots of roster changes to get to as we take a look at the new look Locomotive. The key number here, let's crunch those numbers, presented by Beasley Mitchell and Company. 13 is the key number. Shout out to Taylor Swift. That's 13 new additions to this roster. Gone are some longtime locals. Chap Herrera, now in Greenville. Aaron Gomez found a new home in Union, Omaha. Lucho heads back to San Antonio. But as we take a look at the names on your screen, several standouts who've been excellent playing in USL Championship, like Armando Moreno, brought in from the Mexico United, 10 goals, 5 assists last season. Brian Clairhout believes there's more to unlock with him. Then you shore up the defense with Tony Alfaro at center back, proven defender in Major League Soccer. And when we go to page 2, Liga MX's talent with 3 loans from sister club FC Juarez. You see Jamali Waite, Jamaican international, very talented goalkeeper, one of the best in the league last season. Clearly, the offseason moves were to bring in experience and proven players at every position. And if we know anything about Brian Clairhout coach teams, you know they're going to come in with a tough mindset.
It's a resilient group. It's a group with a lot of games in this league. So they're experienced. They know what it takes to be successful. And it's a group that puts demands on each other.
And tonight's opponent, Hartford Athletic, has also made some big offseason changes, signing 24 new players, the biggest, their head coach, the biggest change they've made. Athletic went out and got themselves a good one in Brendan Burke. The man has a career record of 146 wins, 99 losses, 72 draws, an assistant with the Houston Dynamo last year. Previous couple of years before that, he was at the helm in Colorado Springs, as we well know. And in 2022, they came down here to El Paso and got a big win with Burke in charge. A huge contributor in that match, Michi Engalina. We hate to show it to you, but the 2022 USL Championship Young Player of the Year scored a hat trick against Locomotive. Engalina was playing in the Turkish League last year as well as with the Norwegian team, but he is with Hartford. You want to talk about dynamic players? This guy is one of the best. 35 goals, 21 assists. He's only 23 years old. Definitely someone we'll be keeping an eye on throughout the night. Well, what a way to kick off the 2024 season. A new-look El Paso team versus a Hartford Athletic Club that wants to start their new era in a big way. It's USL Championship Soccer, and it's headed your way next.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death in ages 15 to 24. Sometimes medications and therapy are just not enough.
We are now offering TMS for adolescents with treatment-resistant depression. Although non-FDA approved, research and our experience have shown excellent results.
Now more than ever, adolescents are dealing with peer pressure, social media, and pending adulthood.
It is paramount that we provide treatments to help them succeed. Our future depends on it.
El Paso TMS Clinic, healing minds and helping hearts.
At the law office of Ruben Ortiz, we believe it's your injury, your loss. Why pay 45, 40, or even 32% in high attorney fees for an accident that wasn't your fault? At the law office of Ruben Ortiz, we only charge 25% when your case is settled but that a lawsuit being filed. No matter the size of your case, you pay nothing unless we win your case. I'm Ruben Ortiz. I'm from El Paso, I live in El Paso, I will that you deserve.
Call the law offices of Ruben Ortiz today, 545-1616.
Hello, my name is Dr. Carlos Viesca with Border Pain Institute, and I would like to introduce you to the new FDA-approved Intracept procedure, which is 90 to 95% successful in treating low back pain. This revolutionary procedure is minimally invasive with a very short recovery time that will help you regain functionality and get you back to the normal activities that bring joy to your life. If you or someone you know is suffering from chronic pain, give us a call to discuss your options.
All righty. Welcome, everybody, to Southwest University Park as we take a look at the starting lineups tonight. Javali Waite in between the pipes for El Paso. Duke Keith with you here from Southwest University Park. Happy you could join us again. 13 new players after 14 departing players for Locomotive FC. As El Paso getting ready to start versus Hartford Athletic. Justin Dillon at top. It's a 5-3-2 look for Locomotive FC. 5-2-2-1 with Justin Dillon kind of the point of the spear, so to speak. For Hartford Athletic, Brendan Burke beginning with a 3-4-3 look. It says 4-4-2. He has got 3 defenders listed, 4 in the midfield and 3 up top. But, of course, Romario Williams, DeShane Beckford, and on that right side, number 11, Michi Engalina. The men to keep an eye on as we are just about ready to get things underway here from El Paso, Texas tonight. Happy you could join us as the new look El Paso Locomotive FC taking on the new look Hartford Athletic. Our referee tonight is Brandon Stevens. Blows the whistle. We are underway for the 2024 season in El Paso. Out of the back, that's Tony Alfaro. Long ball immediately. The challenge is all the way up, and it will be a goal kick. All the way out the other side. Winds gusting slightly. A bit from the north, it seems. Eighth notch in full voice, as you might imagine. It's a good header by Locomotive's Brendan Craig, loanee from Philadelphia Union, a member of the under-20 national team, where he played with former Locomotive standout Diego Luna. That's a turnover, though, caused, and here's Hartford Athletic, the shot. Actually a pass in, cleared out. Lolo Akanyode, one of the first to get there for Locomotive FC. So let's take a look at our Team Casa keys to the game. And the key is to settle in. There's always nerves and excitement on the first one, even if players don't admit it. There are 3 players starting tonight who've played together, Lyons, Calvillo, and Liam Rose. Everyone else is new in the team, but very experienced. This is where they'll let the game come to them and capitalize on those moments. Pressuring the Hartford defense. Players like Justin Dillon and Amando Moreno up top, really good at converting on their chances. They need to put these new defenders of Hartford's back line to the test, often and early. Do have some strong 1v1 players with Petar Petrovic on the left, Miles Lyons on the right. Petrovic obviously out tonight, but can set them up with the rest of them. Michi and Galena, Romario Williams communicate on the back line. They're going to have to keep an eye on those guys. 2 players that are absolutely able to cause fits. These defenders have been working all preseason to make sure they understand the system, how to keep these talented players at bay. They need to make sure they're all on the same page to keep shots on target to a minimum. They're your Team Casa keys to the game. Akanyode off to the left-hand side. Alfaro all over Major League Soccer, won himself an MLS Cup with Seattle, his first season there. It's excellent work to Dillon. Out of the left corner. Trying to look for some help with Lucas Stauffer, one of the other new signees. Basically, everybody on that back line, save for Miles Lyons, is a new acquisition for Locomotive this year. Little give and go, trying to get there is Dillon. He's going to be whistled for the foul as he basically rides over the back of Hartford's Reese Buckmaster. Buckmaster out of Auburn, Indiana. Last played with Memphis 901 FC. Memphis winning today versus Las Vegas Lights. Notably, in net tonight for Hartford is Paul Walters. Renato Ribeiro, outstanding Brazilian, out with an injury. That will bounce all the way back to Locomotive starting netminder Jamali Wade. 4 players on this Locomotive roster, including 3 from El Salvador, are senior internationals, and that includes Wade for the Reggae Boys of Jamaica. Romario Williams has a nice one and missed it just wide. First real big opportunity of the night for Romario Williams, but he could not steer that on frame. One objective when he got it at the top of the 18, and that was to have a go. Locomotive a couple of key turnovers as they try to shore things up a bit. Here's Wade to put it way up the field. Dillon did a solid job, really, of getting underneath that. Try to push it forward to Dillon. Hartford just trying to get on the same page. Brendan Burke saying that they're going to need 3 to 5 games to really mesh all of these new players together. Same holds true a bit for El Paso with so many new faces. Akanyode back to Wake. Waite will distribute wide, but way too far up the pitch. Hartford Athletic, their last appearance here in El Paso in 2022. A 1-1 draw. Locomotive has never won a season-opening game. They have drawn, they have lost. They've been outscored 8-3. Looking for their first victory in a season opener. Their 6 seasons of existence. Hartford has also been in the league for 6 seasons. This being their 6th, as Alfaro brings it up. Nice distribution. Moreno dumped onto the turf as El Paso tries to test Hartford Athletic up the middle. But lots of new faces and names to get used to this season. As it will come to Calvillo. Tries to get that one into the middle. It's intercepted. Well done. And there's that man, Minchi Galina, working up the left right now. Solid work by Miles Lyons, but he's bumped over. And Galina, good physical play. Minchi Galina, Kinshasa. Out of the Congo. His last club, FK Haugesund. But of course, everyone remembers him for Switchbacks FC and his work there with Brendan Burke. Brendan Burke brought in not only for his record, but really as kind of a face of a successful team in the USL, and to kind of settle things at Hartford, where he is the 6th coach in Hartford Athletics' 6-year history. Lots of issues, but that's why Brendan Burke has returned to New England. A Massachusetts boy originally. Just down the turnpikes a bit, you'll find Brian Clairhout out of New Jersey. In and around the Philadelphia area. Brendan Craig very happy to be with a guy who kind of knows his neighborhood. They'll switch it out to Craig. Ball out of the back. He's trying for distance, and it'll bounce all the way to awaiting Paul Walters. Walters' backup today is Brooks Thompson, who won the USL One championship with North Carolina last year. So it should say something that Walters, who's pledged to sign college or play college soccer, gets the nod with a little bit less professional experience, perhaps. There is Craig. Lyons has to give it up. Good pressure by Hartford Athletic. Locomotive trying to do the same. Jay Chapman. Out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Hartford. Hey fans, welcome to the 2024 USL Kickoff presented by Terminix. Throughout the month of March, the USL will be kicking off across the country. Join us for all action on ESPN and CBS Sports platforms. CBS Sports Golazo airing 2 USL Championship games today. The championship were able to be found on broadcast outlets, be they cable or otherwise, more than just about any league in North America. Well, any league in the United States of America, I should say that. Liga MX remaining the top draw with all of the soccer that we see from around the world. Liga MX, the most watched. Locomotive with 3 players from their sister club, FC Juarez Bravos. Lots of great youngsters on a team that's still looking to find its way. And 3 of them coming to El Paso to work on things. None in the 18 today. But 2 players who are in the 18 today, Yuma and Nick Hines. Hines, if he makes it into the match, this will be his 150th USL Championship appearance, or USL appearance, I should say. And for Yuma, his 100th, all with Locomotive FC. Yuma's quote, "I said a long time ago that I did not want to leave this place, and I've kept my word. I've never left for another team. I've always wanted to stay in El Paso. Every time I'm on the pitch, I'm going to leave everything I have on the pitch for El Paso Locomotive FC." There you see Yuma next to the end talking things over. Yuma very much the senior leader. We will see if he's able to make his way onto the pitch. Injured quite a bit through 2023. Armando Moreno, a little drag down. Takes down James Chapman. Chapman, the Canadian, out of Brampton, Ontario. Up and over the top, they'll get it in, and that's a takedown in the box. No foul, we play on. And that is a takedown. When it comes for a goal kick, they got it to Romario Williams, and on the second bit of contact, they whistle the penalty. We'll take a look at the replay. Akinyode with a firm tackle. Wasn't enough to call it. Play on. Play to the whistle, Romario Williams, but Alfaro puts a leg in, and Williams goes down. This is the penalty. So a big opportunity for Hartford Athletic here in the 13th minute. And it will be the man who drew the foul to try and put the visitors on top. Romario Williams scores. Hartford Athletic, as the clock strikes 14, gives the visitors the lead. Just devastating, but play to the whistle, and Alfaro a little late on it. Romario Williams making no mistake. Gets Jamali Waite to dive to his right. Tucks it into the right post. So El Paso playing from a deficit. The goal in the 14th minute by Jamali Waite, or by Romario Williams. Good control again, Marcus Epps. To Williams, looking for Engalina. And it's just over the bar. Engalina ruining that chance, but devastating on the counter. Engalina appreciates the service from the left side. And early indications are Hartford Athletic and Brendan Burke are getting exactly what they hope to have. Settled down nicely from the middle of the pitch. Akinyode out on the left side. Sent in and lifted out. It'll be a corner kick coming. Got it out to Stauffer, who immediately challenges. Actually never went out. Liam Rose distribution. The header is wide. They got it out to Lyons, who couldn't square it. Put it on frame. So a good counter punch here by El Paso as we head into the 16th minute. Rose. Moreno, pardon me, Calvillo draws the contact. Akinyote. Restart earned. By Hartford Athletics. Service into the box. Headed out by Akinyote. On the run. Lucas Stauffer again. Hartford able to get it back. Lofted in, looking for Angelina. That's touched down and cleared out. Good job with the danger coming in from Marcus Epps on the right side. Hartford drawing the contact again. It's a lead ball. Trying to get there. Man on an island right now, and that is Justin Dillon. We are very pleased to welcome in Locomotive defender Ed Borelli. Ed, thank you very much for coming up.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor for me.
Well, I know you'd rather be down on the pitch right now.
I know.
But it is wonderful to have you back for your fifth season with Locomotive, correct?
Fifth, yeah.
Outstanding. And it's funny to me, I know that the first season you only got the 8 games in, but that was late in the season, and then you've never left the lineup. That you have a way of getting in. I think folks underestimate you, and then once you're on the pitch, they see what you're all about.
I know. Thank you.
Well, what are your observations for this second season under Brian Clairhout?
We are really excited about that. We've been working really hard. Some new great players on the squad, and I think they are showing up today. They're really good on the ball. I don't know if that was a penalty or not. But
sent in, nice service. Looking for Stauffer on the far side was Lyons. That'll miss up and over, and it's a throw-in coming for Hartford. But there is some new talent out there. I know that you being in your 5th season with Locomotive, you've seen everything from Mark Lowry to John Hutchinson to Brian Clairhout. You know, how excited are you for this season in El Paso?
Very. I mean, we have some good changes, new teammates, new players. They are doing great, and I think today on the game they are doing great. So, as I said, we are really excited about this new season.
Stauffer, some good work to Calvillo. Justin Dillon trying to work a little triangle out along the left-hand side. And back to Liam Rhodes. It's amazing, you know, somebody like Liam, who's done such a great job kind of filling in that Richie Ryan number 6 defensive midfield role. Really one of the more underestimated players. Service to the far side here.
He's a great player. Quality. 100%.
From some of the players, I mean, obviously from what you've seen on the training pitch, are there certain guys who kind of stand out, you know, the Locomotive fans should perhaps keep an eye out for this season?
Most of them.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Amando, Justin, Bolu, they're great players, and they will help us a lot this season.
Amando Moreno is certainly
Yeah.
I think a name that got a lot of people's attention when they saw that he was signed here.
I know.
Did you enjoy playing against Armando?
Not really. I mean, when I first saw him here, we were talking about Armando. I mean, we played a lot against, and we fight every time. I mean, we argue every time. So it's nice to have you on my side now.
Well, that's one of the. I think that's one of the things you do best is kind of get in people's ear, don't you? In the ear and under the skin. That's well done. Stauffer chipped it in, sent away. Hartford will get it over the end line this time. It will be a corner kick for Locomotive. And Ed Borelli with us and with you here on this inaugural broadcast of the inaugural match of Locomotive FC season. Tumimo Shabani was ready. We'll see how things go as Stauffer will deliver the service in. Far side, that is lifted up. I think that was actually Williams who got a piece. Locomotive trying to recycle. Good effort by Rose. Moreno, nice cutback. Aquinote couldn't get there in time. Throw in for Locomotive, though, as they try to edge their way in offensively. Kind of a rough start tonight, but as we see Brendan Burke, they're going against a veteran coach who knows what he's doing in this league.
Yeah, I know. He's good.
And Ed Borelli continuing the conversation. I know this is your 5th season in El Paso. You've captained this team. You captained FC Juarez Bravos in your time there.
You're right. An honor, really.
Well, it's been an honor to
really
have you here in El Paso. What are your thoughts about the league in this country, about the game in this country, in the United States? Obviously, you come from Mexico. Your family is from Argentina. They know a little bit about the game of football there, don't they?
I mean, when I first came here, I was really surprised about it.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised about this league. I mean, it's getting better every year. It's really physical.
Yeah, that's
really
been
physical. Yeah.
I know you have the injuries to attest to that, don't you?
Yeah. But yeah, it's getting better every year.
And how is your recovery going? And I know you're injured today, obviously not in the 18.
Yes, much better. Yesterday I played 90 minutes with the Academy team, so I'm getting some fitness. I hope to be ready in a couple of weeks.
Well, that'd be nice to have you. I know that it's going to be kind of a grueling beginning to the season.
Yes, of course.
Including the derby against your old team, and FC Juarez. That will be 5 matches in a 2-week span, and 3 in roughly 8 days to start. That's hard, isn't it?
Really hard. Most at the beginning.
Are you happy to play against your old team here in El Paso?
Yes, of course. It's going to be the first time I play against them.
Outstanding switch, Stauffer. Great distribution from Moreno, and it's another corner coming. So El Paso beginning to put the pressure on. Nice pass from Milano Moreno.
Yeah, that was close.
Stauffer again. Delivery to the far post, punched away. Solid effort by Walters. Locomotive will have the throw. What excites you about the way Brian Clairhout has this team ready to go? I mean, moving forward, your service from the wing is second to none. I imagine that crosses into the box are kind of what this team tries to do.
Yeah, of course. I mean, He wants us to press high.
Here is the pressure released. Romario Williams. Dangerous along that left side. And Galena alone in the 18. Has it go, and again blazes over the bar and wide. And Galena looking to get his sights set a little lower right now. But Romario Williams again along the left. Hartford Athletic, very physical, very fast.
They make a living on transitions.
They do pretty well at it, but that opens up space in the back, doesn't it?
Of course, of course.
Which is what Locomotive is trying to exploit. Oshabane looking for Stauffer on that far side. That's well cut out, and the foul earned. Calvillo over the back of Reese Buckmeister. I know FC Juarez is, Bravos themselves are kind of going through a bit of a transition.
Yes, they are, actually.
3 players from Bravos making their way north to Locomotive FC, and a lot of talented youngsters, though, for the team.
We're really excited to have them, you know. They're great players. They're going to help us out a lot.
Stauffer tries to tuck one into the near post and using the screen nicely to try for the shot, right? How intense are the training sessions under Brian Clairhout?
They're hard. I mean, he make us compete a lot. That's really good, because when you compete in trainings, then you do it on the field. So that's key for him, for us, and we are really happy with him right now.
I know you've been in El Paso for these 5 years. Your family has grown in that time. Excellent work by Stauffer. Shabani Moreno. Moreno taken down. No penalty call, no whistle. Shabani and Moreno. Jimmy Moshabani was there. Draws the ire of the crowd, our referee Brandon Stevens. That was solid play. And Ed Borelli with us and with you. We'll look forward to seeing you on the pitch soon enough. But in speaking about your family, I know you and your wife have enjoyed your time in El Paso.
Yes, of course, we are really happy here. This is our year number 9 on the borderland. So
outstanding. Crossing. Far side, and Galena gets there. That'll come out, and it will be a throw for Locomotive. And Galena the last to touch it. Physical in the early going here. As you would expect, I would guess, versus Hartford.
Yes.
I know in facing Brendan Burke a few times when he was with Colorado Springs.
Colorado, yes. Same style.
How do you attack that? How do you find your way through things? What are you looking for Locomotive to do to kind of get something working?
Keep pressing, be aware of the counter-attack, and be patient. I mean, they are doing good. The distance is short, so we are 1 goal away from the score. So
equalization.
Yep.
I think patience might be the order of the day. Obviously, the other team takes the lead in the early going in the 14th minute as we see Brian Clairhout.
Yeah, I know, but we need to be smart. I know it's the first game of the season. We are with our fans, but we got time.
Indeed, and they've had some success moving forward.
Yes.
Seems like the long balls have just not connected the way you know they're going to at some point. Good keep here by Dillon. Stauffer again. He's been key on that left side. Into the middle, Moreno. It's deflected. And it's a goal kick. like somebody got a piece, but it was Moreno putting it over the bar.
I remember the first time I scored on that goal, and your celebration, Ed Borelli.
Well, he was.
It was like 4 years ago.
That
4 years ago.
That was quite a moment. And I know that as you have done your work here, Hartford earning a foul, Liam Rose, and Galena is still down on the pitch. Now I know there's pain. Obviously, you don't get any. You don't have any padding, but Liam Rose has just picked up a yellow card for that challenge in the 32nd minute. But it's always seemed to me that when you stamp your feet on the ground, that's we take that little blow up to the top of the chops there.
Yeah.
That's got to be frustrating as a player, and I know you've dealt with a lot of physical play yourself, especially in this league, especially in the United States. I mean, are you kind of hoping things change a little bit in terms of that? Like, we just get a little more technical here?
I don't know. It's
you don't mind it?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
I mean, I love this type of game, you know. But I mean, the league is getting better players, so at some point it's gonna get like better.
Well, I think every year it takes a step forward.
Yes.
And as your time on the borderland continues, what have you appreciated, like off the pitch, outside of the team? What have you appreciated about being in El Paso and in both Ciudad Juarez and El Paso?
Everything. I mean, both cities. I mean, people. They are really kind. I mean, I love the people here and in Juarez because are that kind of people that never give up. You know. They always fight. They always are positive. So, I mean, that's the way I am, my family, and myself. So we really appreciate the way the people is here.
Good blue-collar towns, both of them. And yes, you're absolutely right. They work hard. They play hard, too, don't they?
They play hard. They work hard, and they never give up. That's true.
So the restart here, the caution issued to Liam Rose. And Galena seems to be none the worse for wear and stays on the pitch, interestingly. The delivery ends up being a bit of an outswinging ball, but Hartford picks it up outside of the box. Cleared by Dillon. Service in, and it's too far. Jamali Waite calls off his defenders. That man comes with a solid reputation too, doesn't he? In goal, Jamali Waite, Jamaican international.
He did great at Pittsburgh.
2 great seasons with the Riverhounds. And Galena tries to get there. Stauffer prevents it. It's a good cover here. And excellent work out of the back. Tony Alfaro trying to get there. That's Moreno pushed down and draws the contact. Fans want the yellow card here for Joe Farrell, and they won't get it. Well, Shabani loses off. It'll bounce back to it. Stauffer with it. Trying to chip it over the top. You saw what he was trying to do, trying to get it to Dillon. Locomotive continues to chip away. Lions. That's cut out. Solid work in the back by Tristan Hodge. And here comes Hartford Athletic. Up the left-hand side. Speed for days. Deshane Beckford. First time we've really called his number. This young man has been in a lot of places as well, including MLS. So the question is, I know you come from Monterrey.
You're right.
But do you root for, if Mexico played Argentina in a World Cup match, who are you cheering for? Because I know your father played for the Argentina.
Yeah. I was born in Mexico. My parents, my whole family is from Argentina, so when that time comes, it's really hard for me, you know. And Gabi, my wife, she's Mexican too.
Oh.
Her whole family.
Okay.
Tiago, my son, is from Juarez.
Okay.
So it's tough.
It's
It's
tough.
a tough question to answer.
Okay.
I don't want to get in trouble, you know.
Yes, if the wife is listening, we don't want to. Right. El Tri or the Albiceleste. Yikes. Okay. Well, I won't put you on the spot there.
Right. I will tell you later.
Liam Rose injured, but walking off under his own steam. A little shakedown from Saul Soto. You want to talk about a guy who does everything. Saul, correct?
Saul, you are absolutely right.
A little bit of everything. Mr. Fix-It.
Yes.
Into the middle. Williams trying to get a hold, and he shovels down Moshabani. Quick restart again for Locomotive. Well, all of the best to you in your recovery. We hope to see you not up here, but down there very soon.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. It was
outstanding. We'll keep it right here for a little bit. Calvillo pushing forward. Well met, but Dillon keeps possession for Locomotive. Moshabani losing out. Hartford Athletic able to clear things out. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
Ed Borelli. Absolutely. Wonderful to speak to Eder, but as we say, certainly hope that he is out on the pitch doing his thing sooner rather than later. We appreciate his time and spending a little bit of it with us tonight. Well, Locomotive, another foul. Hartford Athletic continues to press the issue. Ryan Claerhout not looking too amused. Saw John Burklow, his top assistant, out there as well. They'll switch the ball. Nice job to Buckmaster. Headed out by Akinyote. Both of these teams looking for some cohesion with so many new faces. Of course, Hartford, virtually their entire roster is different. But they hold the 1-0 lead. The penalty converted by Romario Williams in the 14th minute. Lofted up, Jamali waits. Keeps it out of danger with Williams lurking. Shane Beckford, nice job. For that blazing counterattack. Locomotive certainly knew what it would be facing. And Hartford Athletic is not disappointed. Service up the right-hand side. Looking for Epps. Couldn't run it down, and well seen out by Alfaro. Calvillo, great switch out to Lyons. Can he get there? Not before an excellent interception there at the back. And here comes Hartford. Around again, it's Beckford. Beckford will pull it back. Epps on the left. Playing it through to Epps. Good work in possession here for Hartford, but Epps lost the touch there. Stauffer able to clear it out, and a high boot into the face of Justin Dillon. And a warning from a frustrated Tristan Hodge, who, for his remonstrations, draws the yellow card. Hodge did such a great job cutting out that long pass out of the back. Looking up the right wing for Miles Lyons. But the TNT native, a little too forceful for Brandon Stevis' liking. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Locomotive will take some steam out, rotating to the back. Brendan Craig starting things up along that right defensive side. Formationally 5 on the back line, but it's really more the 3. They're going to whistle El Coyote for the foul on Romario Williams. Quick restart. Lift it in, and Craig will lift it back out again. Sidu taken away now. Great pass to Dillon. Out of the back for Stauffer. Dillon has a go, and he puts it up and over. Justin Dillon, outside of the 18, puts on some pressure. That's why he's here. Won a championship 2 seasons ago with San Antonio FC. Just on the edge of the 18. Locomotive really still looking for their first true effort on frame. Chilly breeze now that the sun is down, blowing out of the south and west, as it usually does. Judging from the flags. There's Epps over the top. Epps to bring it down. That's the shot, and it's off the bar. And Galena back with it again. Right side, now to the left side. The shot is tipped out. Jamali Waite. Couple of athletic stops. Waite a little worse for wear for that, but stretches out to make the play. Fingertip save by the Jamaican international. Keeps this one 1-0. Nishi and Galena from the right side. Nishi and Galena from the left side. Jamali Waite, the stopper in the back. We'll see if he got anything to that first effort by Angelina. He certainly got it on the next one. Corner kick, though, coming for Hartford Athletic as they continue to apply the pressure. Here is Tristan Hodge. Stop from our referee, Mr. Stevis. Brendan Craig and Epps vying in the middle. We're hearing 4 minutes of stoppage time. Hodge lofts it in. Akinyote clears the danger. Bolu Akinyote. One of the things you'll notice about that Locomotive back line is they are taller, I think, than they've been at any time in the 6-year history of this program. Alfalo Akinyote, Brendan Craig. Akinyote skips up on him. That's going to be an offside pass anyway. Entering our second minute of 4 added. Good work by Calvillo. Moreno trying to work something. Alfaro jumping into the play. They'll get it out to Stauffer. Stauffer's service cleared by Hartford. From Craig, trying to loft one over the top. Headed out of trouble ably by Van Kaziel. Back to Tony Alfaro. Locomotive trying to make something work as we enter the third of 4 added at the end of the first half. Waits and lofts one up. Justin Dillon. Hartford has done a good job of collapsing on whatever Locomotive is trying to push forward. Moshabani. It'll rotate back around to Rose. Alfaro. Quick release. Into Moreno. Moreno taken down and draws the free kick. Armando Moreno, the stalwart for New Mexico United, 10 goals last season. This is a young man who spent most of 22 rehabbing his ACL injury. Gives Locomotive a last shot here in the final minute of stoppage time. Moshabani and Stauffer. Moshabani, in it comes and lifted out for a corner kick by Williams. Good defensive presence. And a corner kick coming for Locomotive. Williams at the front and the back, doing nice things for Hartford. Moshabani, service, headed just off the top of the bar. They got what they were looking for. Alfaro was there, but couldn't tuck it into the far corner. Locomotive, though, applying the pressure, and before the restart can happen, the halftime whistle blows. Alfaro, nice look at the last of stoppage time, but it remains 1-0 to the visitors, Hartford Athletic. As Romario Williams converts the penalty kick in the 14th minute to give the visitors the lead after drawing the penalty moments earlier. So we'll take a break and be back with stats as well as a look at the highlights and more on this initial match of the 2024 season. Romario Williams giving Hartford the 1-0 lead. Back after this.
El Paso.
Justin, did you hear that? I don't know what you're talking about.
Truck Month is here.
Where is that coming from?
Home of the nice guys.
Get 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on 2023 F-150 models. Plus, get $8,000 off F-150 Lariat.
And with our CASA promise, you get peace of mind with lifetime powertrain protection, free home delivery, and CASA's 7-day return policy. Casa Ford, home of the nice guys. Yeah!
At the Loft, Ruben Ortiz, we believe it's your injury, your loss. Why pay 45, 40, or even 32% in high attorney fees for an accident that wasn't your fault? At the Loft, Ruben Ortiz, we only charge 25% when your case is settled without a lawsuit being filed. No matter the size of your case, you pay nothing unless we win your case. I'm Ruben Ortiz. I'm from El Paso. I live in El Paso. I will personally get you the money that you deserve.
Call the law offices of Ruben Ortiz today, 545-1616.
You've probably heard about mushrooms, psilocybin, or ketamine for the treatment of depression and PTSD. As a certified Spravato clinic, we're committed to safe and research-based treatments like TMS and Spravato therapy. Spravato esketamine is an FDA-approved nasal treatment for treatment-resistant depression in combination with an antidepressant. Call or visit us online for TMS, Spravato, or esketamine therapy. El Paso TMS, healing minds and helping hearts.
Southwest Auto Glass is El Paso's leader in glass repair and replacement since 1992. Reliable and proven service, we offer the best value in the auto glass industry. When it's time to get your car back on the road, Southwest Auto Glass will install it professionally and safely with the highest quality products and services. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Use the experts that national car dealers and professional football players use. Southwest Auto Glass, your glass installation experts.
Hello, my name is Dr. Carlos Viesca with Border Pain Institute, and I would like to introduce you to the new FDA-approved Intracept procedure, which is 90 to 95% successful in treating low back pain. This revolutionary procedure is minimally invasive with a very short recovery time that will help you regain functionality and get you back to the normal activities that bring joy to your life. If you or someone you know is suffering from chronic pain, give us a call to discuss your options.
Welcome back. It's downtown El Paso, a beautiful, if blustery, Saturday evening on this inaugural season opening match for Locomotive FC. Trailing Hartford Athletic 1-0 at the break as we take a look at news and notes from around the USL Championship and here in El Paso. The championship, of course, signing that brand new deal with CBS Sports, the Golazo Network, as well as ESPN Plus, our home for the last number of seasons. That's been a wonderful partnership, and it continues to push the USL Championship brand on to new venues. Happy to have the exposure. A couple of matches today featured on CBS Sports Golazo. Locomotive announced a partnership with KVIA-CW, speaking of TV and deals here in El Paso. The games will be carried locally. There will be a few on the El Paso Las Cruces CW, as well as all Locomotive local matches streamed live on KVIA.com. and the KVIA News 7 app. And lots of preseason content. You can find it at USLChampionship.com. My man Nick Murray has been working overtime to push out some excellent features, including on El Paso and some of the folks who have made their way to the Sun City for this 24 season. So check that out, USLChampionship.com, for all of your news and notes. Lots more in store for you as we continue at halftime. We'll take a look at one of the key plays, actually a couple of them, from the first half of action that gives Hartford Athletic the lead, and one that was very close to leveling things for Locomotive FC. That's as we continue. You're watching Locomotive Soccer. It's Hartford Athletic 1, Locomotive 0 at the break. More after this.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
You've given us a foundation to be proud of. We build on this now. This is it now, gents. This is us from now on.
Welcome back, everybody. Hartford Athletic 1-0 at the break. As we continue from downtown El Paso, Texas, let's take a look at one of the key highlights. Why are we at 1-0? This was a big play. Here is what caused the penalty kick. Romario Williams in the box, Aquinote. Everybody stopped for a little bit. Play on, says the referee. And then Alfaro, the second effort, was the one that draws the penalty. He's upset to have done that for his new team. Romario Williams steps up from the spot. A little different for Romario Williams from the spot here than it was, 3 seasons ago for New Mexico United, I believe. Whipped in on the corner, though. Alfaro almost leveled the match on a beautiful, beautiful corner kick by Tumi Mushabani. And that's where we are at the half. Hartford Athletic 1, El Paso Locomotive FC 0. Back with the stats and plenty more as we continue right after this.
Hello, my name is Dr. Carlos Viesca with Border Pain Institute, and I would like to introduce you to the new FDA-approved Intracept procedure, which is 90 to 95% successful in treating low back pain. This revolutionary procedure is minimally invasive with a very short recovery time that will help you regain functionality and get you back to the normal activities that bring joy to your life. If you or someone you know is suffering from chronic pain, give us a call to discuss your options.
At the law offices of Ruben Ortiz, we believe it's your injury, your loss. Why pay 45, 40, or even 30% in high attorney fees for an accident that wasn't your fault? At the law offices of Ruben Ortiz, we only charge 25% when your case is settled without a lawsuit being filed. No matter the size of your case, you pay nothing unless we win your case. I'm Ruben Ortiz. I'm from El Paso. I live in El Paso. I will personally get you the money that you deserve.
Call the law offices of Ruben Ortiz today, 545-1616.
Southwest Auto Glass is El Paso's leader in glass repair and replacement since 1992. Reliable and proven service, we offer the best value in the auto glass industry. When it's time to get your car back on the road, Southwest Auto Glass will install it professionally and safely with the highest quality products and services. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Use the experts that national car dealers and professional football players use. Southwest Auto Glass, your glass installation experts.
It works! What's the big deal? This can inflate anything. Where did you get that thing? Let me try something. That's cool.
Really? Get $5,000 off all new 2023 Rogue models.
And with our Casa Promise, you get peace of mind.
See how big your savings get at Casa Nissan.
How I drive in the 915.
Home of the nice guys.
Yeah!
Welcome back, everybody. Hartford Athletic 1, Locomotive FC 0 at the break. Duke Keith with you here at Southwest University Park as we take a look at some of the stats. Beautiful look at downtown El Paso and Southwest University Park from our drone. Hartford Athletic with the lead as we take a look at our first half stats. Shots 4 apiece, shots on target 1 apiece. The possession dominated by Locomotive FC, but as you could tell, Hartford Athletic has gotten up the field in a hurry. 3 corners for Locomotive, 1 for Hartford Athletic. Couple of offside, each team has had 1 yellow card. I think the pertinent statistic there, despite the possession, Hartford Athletic can just flat fly. And you knew this is what Brendan Burke was going to bring to the table when he brought his team in. They have certainly gelled. He thought it might take 3 to 5 matches to really find their stride. If that's the case, look out in the East for Hartford Athletic, as El Paso Locomotive FC working their way back into the match, though, piece by piece. We'll be back with plenty more first half highlights and a discussion with Locomotive's Andrew Forrest when we continue after this.
At the Loft, Ruben Ortiz, we believe it's your injury, your loss. Why pay 45, 40, or even 32% and high attorney fees for an accident that wasn't your fault? At the Loft, Ruben Ortiz, we only charge 25% when your case is settled without a lawsuit being filed. No matter the size of your case, you pay nothing unless we win your case. I'm Ruben Ortiz. I'm from El Paso. I live in El Paso. I will personally get you the money that you deserve.
Call the law offices of Ruben Ortiz today, 545-1616.
Southwest Auto Glass is El Paso's leader in glass repair and replacement since 1992. Reliable and proven service, we offer the best value in the auto glass industry. When it's time to get your car back on the road, Southwest Auto Glass will install it professionally and safely with the highest quality products and services. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Use the experts that national car dealers and professional football players use. Southwest Auto Glass, your glass installation experts.
Hello, my name is Dr. Carlos Viesca with Border Pain Institute, and I would like to introduce you to the new FDA-approved Intracept procedure, which is 90 to 95% successful in treating low back pain. This revolutionary procedure is minimally invasive with a very short recovery time that will help you regain functionality and get you back to the normal activities that bring joy to your life. If you or someone you know is suffering from chronic pain, give us a call to discuss your options.
Welcome back as we get ready for the second half. Duke Keith with you from Southwest University Park. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights as Locomotive FC and Hartford doing battle here in the first half. Hartford Athletic quickly down the way. Here's Romario Williams. His effort goes wide, but the second one draws the contact. Play on. The first contact wasn't whistled. I'll follow with the second one was, and Romario Williams leaves no doubt on the resulting penalty. The Locomotive would work their way back into this match. Liam Rose starts the process out along the right side. Just a little wide, that is Miles Lyons. Just a touch wide. Appreciates the service. But how about that save? Wade, I think, did get a piece of that first one from Galina. And Galina will collect on the other side of the box. Have a go. And Wade had to be called on there. Two outstanding saves by the Jamaican international to keep this one a 1-0 game. And that's where we stand as we get ready for the second half of play. And very pleased to welcome into the booth Locomotive's Andrew Forrest, General Manager, Vice President. What's your official title these days?
I think it's General Manager, Business and Technical Operations.
Business and Technical. Okay, very good. But it's a pleasure to have you up with us today, and I know that in this inaugural match of the 2024 season, as we get ready to start the second half, it's a great atmosphere as always. Eighth Notch providing the noise, and you are with lots of new players on the pitch, lots of new ideas, I think, from the front office. Lots of things have changed in this sixth season of Locomotive Soccer. What are some of the things you're proudest about from, off the pitch?
Yeah, I think this year specifically, we got some continuity back. We had 3 coaches in 3 years, which is difficult. And last year was a learning curve for everybody. As Toomey advances the ball.
Yeah. I know you've got some play-by-play up here, too.
Yeah, we'll get a little bit of everything here. But I think some continuity has been huge. We've got a lot of the same staff. We've got a lot of the same style of play. But we've brought in quite a few new players. We've said goodbye to some players that have been here a while. We've brought in a lot of new guys, but we're really excited. And I think that I've said this multiple times. We had a plan. Our plan was to look at veteran players in the USL, not veteran in the sense that they were 35 years old, but veteran in the sense that they've been around for a long time and have played some high minutes, like the two guys standing over the ball, Stauffer and Moshabani, I believe. But these guys have been getting heavy minutes in other teams in this league, so they know this league. They know what it takes to win here. Where sometimes
swinging ball that was well delivered to Justin Dillon. But you're right. I think that you look at another one, Justin Dillon,
Armando Moreno, Toomey, guys all over the field, Bolu, the guys all over the field that we've brought in that know what it takes to win in this league, and there's less of a learning curve, as I mentioned, and hopefully we can see some goals in the second half. But that was the plan, and I think it was a good plan.
I think it's worked a treat so far. That is mishandled. It's going to be a corner kick. Just blazed over the bar, or wide over his keeper, Joe Farrell, missing that connection with Paul Walters, and Locomotive happy to take advantage. Lucas Stauffer, fourth corner of the evening for Locomotive FC. As El Paso continues to edge ever closer.
And I think this is a bigger team than we've had in a lot of years, which hopefully can pay off on situations like this.
Stauffer. That'll swing out. I don't think that went where Stauffer wanted it to. Rose there to handle. Chipped back in.
Yeah, I think we're not tall enough to get that one. But Justin Dillon is a big boy. Bolu's a big boy. And certainly on set pieces, height is important. So we're starting to see it a little bit maybe in the second half. And hopefully we can put one in the back of the net.
Well, I know one of the things you're proudest of, coming from the rich tradition of American soccer in Virginia, as you do, is the Youth Academy.
Yes.
And they have been absolutely lights out and continue to be, with new associations, new leagues, and new paths forward for players right here in El Paso and Ciudad Juarez.
Absolutely. I think that there's we keep doing things that I didn't think we'd do so quickly. We just recently joined ECNL, which is the most elite league in the country, maybe outside, and we're not going to get invited to MLS next. So this is a huge step for the academy, for the program, for the youth, to put them on a national platform, and that can take many different routes, as in college, going to college, being seen by college coaches, but also the pro path, whether it's here or somewhere else. Certainly we want to keep our players here if it makes sense, but I think that this pathway is that's being created is excellent, and it will help fulfill the pipeline of the next generation of players.
When you talk about season tickets, I think DJ Johnny Cage has done a fine job tonight, just keeping the party going.
Yeah,
Little body, as we say.
He is a professional partier, so that's what we brought him in here for. We have a great atmosphere. Eighth Notch does a great job, but we needed something extra. We wanted to continue to evolve and develop and take our proverbial game to the next level. So I think he was a natural fit. He's been an absolute professional. He knows exactly what we need, and it almost feels like after the gates open and pregame started, it was like, wow, I don't know if we can ever go back to anything else. So
the atmosphere was great. I know his fan interaction has been excellent.
Yep.
And he's done a fine job.
And he's a knowledgeable soccer fan.
Well, that's wonderful. That's a plus. I didn't know that. Are you gonna do you have a request for the DJ? You're gonna lift one in there?
Yeah, I want him to play as much Bad Bunny as possible. I'm a big Bad Bunny guy.
Well, that brings the party. That's for sure.
You might not know it by looking at me.
Well, as for the fan experience, we talk about DJ Johnny Cage, but there are other things that you've always done and things that you are doing new this year. What might fans experience when they come to Southwest University Park that could be a little different?
Yeah, I think we've got to, again, continuing to evolve. We've, in the food and beverage side, we've got some new drinks from our great partners at LNF. For the adults that are over 21, and for those that are maybe a little bit younger, or myself, who's a big ice cream fan, we've got some new. Once we get a little warmer, perhaps, but we've got some new ice cream from a local ice cream shop partner that we've brought on. That's I have personally taste tested many of the flavors, and they are excellent.
Okay.
So we're excited to get that going once maybe the temperature raises a little bit.
Which could be as early as Wednesday. Who
Wednesday's
knows?
looking really nice. Wednesday's looking, I think, the high is 78, which would be a great night out.
That would be excellent. Well, this is kind of Hartford, Monterey Bay weather.
This is
here tonight. That's a trip, and it is called as Dillon takes a seat. Well, as you take a look at this team, and obviously you've talked about a lot of the new faces and the way things have kind of changed a little bit, it is a little more of a Brian Claerhaut kind of a team, though, isn't it? That grit and determination.
That's exactly right. I think that he's been able to put his stamp and create his identity more in the vision of what he saw. He inherited a team mostly last year. The team was built by the time the coach was selected, for better or for worse. And I think he did a great job. He brought in some pieces like Pitar and Bensay and Dolenmeyer, which were imperative to having any success. So I think with an off season, he worked really hard to bring in players that fit his system, and I think he's done an excellent job, as we mentioned earlier, bringing in 6 or 7 big impact guys, and that's not even talking about the here we go.
Moreno, pardon me, Calvillo into the back. Moshabani collects. Moshabani, Toomey puts it off of the foot of Buckmaster to earn another corner kick. 5th of the night for Locomotive FC.
I think in that sequence you saw a ton of composure from 3 different players that didn't get lose the ball. Was Justin Dillon, Amando Moreno to Toomey, not just frenetic, hit the ball as soon as you get it. Ton of composure, and you get something positive out of it.
Tell you who's impressed me so far tonight, and that's Lucas Stauffer, the man delivering the corner.
It's a good ball. It's a really good ball.
Dillon was knotted out by Hartford, but Dillon allows the reset to Rose. Blazed up and over by Miles Lyons and into the second deck. Somebody's got a nice prize. They're really happy. Not section 105, but section 205.
Unfortunately, they have to give it back, but
and they do.
But no, my pregame prediction was that Lucas Stauffer will have the most kilometers covered in this game. He is a yo-yo, just up and down, up and down. The man doesn't stop running, which is necessary in a game like this in particular, because this is about one of the fastest offensive and attacking groups you'll see in this league with Galena and Beckford.
Nice back heel. Beckford receives that from Williams, who collects again. Has a go. Stinging with Jamali Waite. How key has it been to have the Jamaican international stopping that back line?
Absolutely. We haven't even talked about him yet. He's a huge offseason get coming from Pittsburgh, where I believe they had some of the lowest goals against average, less than a goal a game. I think they were only scored on 30 times last year in 34 games. And certainly also had the save of the year. I mean, this guy's top class. He's a great guy. He's a great keeper. We're glad that he's here, and we're glad that he's going to be here for a while.
I know one of the keys, I think, especially for dealing with the long USL season over the summertime, is depth. That's something that Brian has definitely addressed, and the team has addressed, and used your partnership with your partners across the border at FC Juarez Bravos to great effect.
Yeah, I'll touch on that here in just a second.
Moshabani trying to deliver. That'll bounce for Dillon. Dillon chopped back in and pushed back out. Hartford gets a leg to it.
To go back to your point, depth is going to be huge, and we don't have Pitar available tonight. We don't have Rivas available tonight. We didn't have Elijah Martin available tonight. Those guys are on their way back soon, and then very, very soon, I'm told, we will have our 3 players from FC Juarez that will be available, and there's 6 players right there that are going to add a lot to this team this year.
Moshabani lofts one to the far post. That's going to settle for Rose. Rose trying to reset, has it taken away by Epps. Good work. Trying to force the issue as Aquinote, but goal kick coming.
Interesting. We've done that 3 times now. Sent the ball over everybody's head, and I feel that must be the plan here.
Certainly out of the back crosses. Yep. They've gone a little wide up and over, haven't they?
It is game 1 after all.
Yes.
Game 1 for everybody.
Hartford Athletic scoring on the penalty by Romario Williams in the 14th minute, as it is put back in action by Paul Walters. Should be noted, Noah Dolenmeyer on the bench tonight as well. You want to talk about a sizable back line.
That is a large man. I believe he's 6'6".
And his first game last season was with Hartford, or against Hartford Athletic.
Was against Hartford Athletic. Had to play 90. We were very thin in the back at that point. After we'd sold Bedsay back to Hungary, he was a huge part of our second half of the season success last year, and helping us get into the playoffs.
Locomotive out of the 10-game slump. A 2-0 win for Locomotive FC, which...
This is a very, very different Hartford team.
very different
than last year's. This is a very this team is going to be good, and I think they're a top 6 team in the East in my own personal predictions. And they're attacking 5 with Epps. We hadn't mentioned him yet. It's truly terrifying. This is Colorado Springs East that Brendan Burke put together, but he's like Brian, he's got a vision and he knows what kind of players he likes. He went out and got them.
He sure did. Head coach and general manager for Hartford Athletic, coming back after a stint with Houston Dynamo. Here's Mo Shabani, almost lofted into the path of Dillon. Moreno trying to get on it, as well as, well, it's a foul on Miles Lyons, the hybrid.
Vicious there.
Yeah. Down on the pitch is Tristan Hodge. Draws the ire of the Eighth Notch crowd and the fans here at Southwest University Park. Well, you are obviously in a city that was a little up high. You're in a city that knows and appreciates the sport, where
absolutely
people are born with the ball on their feet, on their minds, and on their television screens. I mean, it's almost like you've started on second base, and I know that you continue to make inroads with those fans and the El Paso community here too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crowd size grows year over year. This is promising.
It is.
Stauffer
nicely done. Moreno in. Flag is up. It doesn't count. Great movement to Dillon, but the pass that came into Moreno, I think,
I'd like
was
to see
ruled
this
offside.
again. Not that it will make any difference in the game, but I'd like to see this again.
We may get the replay here shortly. But Justin Dillon on the counterattack. This is why he's here. Trying to restart his career after, probably by his standards, a disappointing 2023.
You're exactly right, but 2022 he led San Antonio with goal actions, or scoring actions. I believe he led them in combination of goals and assists in the year that they won the title. So this guy can find the back of the net himself, or he can help you find the back of the net. And both of those are going to be key to this year for us to have success, the success that we want.
Well, they set off the smoke pots a little prematurely.
It's a nice look. It looks good over our brand new nets.
Indeed. Gold action. Here's a nice cross. Nobody in whites and blue on the other side. Excellent work again by Epps. So many dangerous players in the wing.
It's when they come and they counterattack. It is scary, and we may not have but not many teams can compete with the speed that they have when they're running downhill. The key is to not let them transition.
Here's the replay. We saw the first one.
Yeah, he probably is.
Just a touch.
Just a little bit.
Brian Clarehout looking at the big screen going, how? Well, that's the call, and it remains 1-0. Our thanks again to Andrew Forrest, General Manager, Technical and Business Operations. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Appreciate you, Duke. Let's enjoy this last bit of the game.
Absolutely.
I'll stay for this play.
Again. Stauffer, the cross. He'll have a go just over the bar. Well done by Locomotive FC in transition. Our thanks to Andrew Forrest. And certainly continued success to both he and the rest of the front office. Locomotive continues to edge ever closer. Brendan Burke holding a lead on the road. Hartford Athletic looking for their first win against Locomotive FC. This will be handled by Lyons. Miles Lyons, at the age of 21, the only returning man on the back line for Locomotive FC to start tonight. There are players on the bench, and as a matter of fact, all of the players on the bench were here last season with Locomotive, but we talked about it, touched on it with Ed Borelli. Locomotive playing 3 matches in 8 days, including Monterey Bay Wednesday night, Louisville City coming in a week from tonight. That one is intercepted. And drawing the contact, and the foul is Buckmaster. And really, including the Derby Paso del Norte, is 5 matches in 2 weeks' time. At Las Vegas Lights, 2 Saturdays from now, 2 weeks from tonight. Of course, the Borderland Derby will happen right here on Thursday evening, 2 nights before that Las Vegas match. The first time it's been in El Paso. Hard to deal with cross, and Hartford's going to have its second corner. Sent in by Williams, who's been a threat all night. Coming over to take the corner will be Tristan Hodge. Hartford Athletic will certainly take its time as we are into the 62nd minute. In no rush, leading 1-0. Lofted in and swinging. Knocked out. Well done again, Alfaro there. Service back in. That one's off of Aquinote. How about that effort? Calvillo from the seat of his pants. Can't clear the danger. Here's Epps. Back it comes along the left for Asidu. Hartford will play for some possession here. Joe Farrell. Epps. Liam Rose, quite a bit up the pitch, contesting that, but Hartford maintains possession. Draw some boos from the crowd for their deliberate work. Calvillo gets it started. Here's Moreno, little space, and Moreno draws more contact. That's going to be the caution it's issued to Williams. So Romario Williams in the 63rd minute. Little shove, Moreno. And a free kick coming, and what could be a dangerous area. So we hit the 64th minute. I did not know DJ Johnny Cage was a soccer fan, but that sure helps if you're going to DJ the soccer match. Locomotive trying to ramp up the atmosphere. Locomotive's team trying to ramp up their bench. And Claire Hout talking things over with John Burklow. Here's Stauffer. Moshabani. Moshabani to loft it in, looking at the far post and knocked wide. Alfaro was there, but delivered out by Van Kayziel. They did say Alfaro touched it last, so it will be a goal kick. And on to the pitch now for Locomotive FC will be number 31, Nick Hines, in the 65th minute, coming on to replace Miles Lyons. For Nick Hines, this is USL appearance number 150. Quite the mark. Nick Hines onto the pitch. It's knocked out by Brendan Craig. Haven't seen a lot of Craig lately. Tacoma Defiance. University of Akron, Seattle Sounders Academy. Four appearances for the U.S. Under-20 team back in the day. He is a dual citizen of both Jamaica and the United States. Nick Hines making his 150th USL appearance. Aquinote. Alfaro. And here's Hines on the left. Hines trying to get by Buckmaster, who does well to hold it and draws the contact. Buckmaster's done a fine job, I think, for Hartford, kind of manning that wing. He's lofted up and over, easy grab for Waite. Hartford about ready to make us up. They have a few guys who've done a bit of sprinting up and down the wings tonight. Let's see who is about to make their way off and on. Calvillo wearing the captain's armband. Nice searching ball to Dillon. Flag stays down. Dillon has to handle. Buckmaster may have gotten a piece, and the danger cleared by Farrell. We're hearing Deshane Beckford is about ready to make way for Beverly Makangila. Congolese native, last played for Switchbacks FC, obviously following his old head coach to Points East. Locomotive on the restart here. Good lead ball to Stauffer. Stauffer slings one in. That was a difficult pass to complete. Looking into the middle for Dillon. Makangila, his first touch. And the foul drawn by Epps. As Calvillo goes in. One of 3 El Salvador internationals. Joaquin Ribas, who did not dress, he's nursing a back injury. Brought over from the Miami FC. And of course, Armando Moreno. It's a great ball over the top. Locomotive deals with it well enough. Alfaro. Help from Hines. Fronted by Epps. Epps puts it out of play for Locomotive. Brendan Burke does have to like what he's seen so far. That's going to be a foul whistled on Makangila. Locomotive quickly on the restart. Rose. Calvillo. To Moreno. And again, well dealt with by Hartford. In the middle. Van Caziel. Shabani bounces away from him, picked up by Chapman. Jay Chapman, the Canadian up the wing, and Akinyore will escort that out for a goal kick. Quick distribution by Waite. Good open space here for Alfaro. Dillon. Locomotive's passes lacking a little crispness, but it is, of course, game 1. They will get it. Service up and over. Schaefer challenging, but Walters has it. Stauffer, I should say. Paul Walters has done a fine job in net so far tonight. Physical play to keep it out of danger for Hartford. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk. including USL All Access Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Mountain, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, the Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the new Sirius XM app. Calvillo to Brendan Craig. We really haven't seen that vaunted passing ability out of Craig tonight, but perhaps as the season progresses, we're told that right foot has been absolutely magical with those line-splitting passes. And who knows? As we are into the 72nd minute. Calvillo, Akinyore. And the pass not on target for Craig. Definite lack of crispness. Lucas Stauffer going up for it, but Walters had that one well seen all the way through. Stauffer intercepting that one. Locomotive about ready to bring on a pair. Hartford one as well. Looking for the breakthrough. The opening goal. Locomotive FC has never won an opening match. Hartford has never beaten Locomotive FC. Stauffer to Calvillo. Slips out for a little open space. Alfaro. Dillon. Alfaro again trying to link up with Rose, and it's just not working well for El Paso right now. For Locomotive FC, it'll be Ricardo Zacarias on for Armando Moreno. Moreno's run quite the race, and he's drawn a lot of physical contact, so Zacarias to replace him. Marcus Epps coming off, and Enoch Bushagalusa about ready to come on for Athletic. Hartford Athletic. Here's Hartford. Great to see Arun Basulovic. He'll come in to replace Tumi Moshabane, who's also run quite the race tonight. Well, that bounces kindly for Engalina. Puts one to the far post, and it slipped wide. Backhand Locomotive. How did that stay out? Romario Williams basically slid over the ball. Marcus Epps trying to recycle, but by then Locomotive's defense had recovered. Goodness gracious. Almost disaster at the back for Locomotive. We'll take a look at this one again. Lifted out, it will be stopped by Waite. He'll gather that one and keep it in play. The back pass from Akinyore. Waite and Akinyore. And Alfaro. MLS Cup champion. Again, the passes are just not crisp. Let's take a look at the save, though. We're going to call this the GECU save of the game. Did Waite get a piece? He just got a fingertip, and that's what throws off Romario Williams on the other side. The ball basically did go underneath him. He went over the top, but that's because Jamali Waite with another fingertip save Saves El Paso's bacon. Keeps this one a 1-0 match. But Locomotive to the point where they are needing some offensive answers. Good start to the second half. But a lot of that has disappeared. That'll go over the top. Goal kick for Jamali Waite. Fans looking for something to shout about. Section 105, 8th notch, always well represented. And always standing. Here is Stauffer. Continues to make things happen on that right side. Stauffer the long switch. Well received. Sent in by Hines, tapped out. Farrell gets a toe. Vasilovic was waiting. Mushagalusa. Long switch, trying for that, and Brendan Craig, well seen. Quick switch up and over the top for Stauffer. Vasilovic spent a lot of 2023 injured, though he was a part of this Locomotive lineup. It's great to see him active and on the pitch. Native New Yorker. Akinyode. Solid in central defense. Alfaro. And Hines, and back to Alfaro. Vasilovic. Back and forth with Stauffer, and the last one just gets away. And Galena. Hartford Athletic will take its time putting the ball back in play. Tristan Hodge. In the match, despite the yellow card, that one's going to bounce off of Romario Williams. Locomotive will wind up with possession, but restarting from the back. Vasilovic. Stauffer. Out to Rose. Searching ball over. Turning as Zacarias really did not get as much of that as he wanted to. Had to do nearly a 360-degree spin just to get anything loose. Well, 180 degrees anyway. Back to the net is where he received it, but easy enough, and now we have an injured player. The referee, Brendan Stevens, looks at his watch, making sure to mark the time. That is Buckmaster, Reese Buckmaster, out of Auburn, Indiana. Coming in from Memphis 901 FC. Has put in a shift, as they say. But you have to think that this will be added to the time total. Walters, an easy save on Ricardo Zacarias. Zacarias in from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Every season has seemingly taken a step up for this Locomotive. Taking a step forward for this Locomotive team. Chattanooga Red Wolves. USL 1 is 8th notch. Looks of concern in the faces. They're in section 105. And Buckmaster will be helped off the field. And apparently Reese Buckmaster's night is done. He'll be replaced by Joey Aponunu. Aponunu spent a lot of last season with FC Cincinnati 2 of MLS Next Pro. You're seeing a lot of that. Players in Next Pro getting opportunities to play, not just among young players, but against seasoned professionals in the USL Championship. That's been one of the things that has separated this league from the feeder system of Major League Soccer. Again, Engalina throws it in, slid across. That's a nice one up top, and it's deflected by Akanyori. Up and out, corner kick coming. Makangila was there to hammer away, but Akanyori in front. Waite looked ready, but did not have to deal with the ball. It's a great cross from Jay Chapman to really start a lot of that action, and he will deliver the corner here. Into the 83rd minute, Hartford maintaining its lead. Comes into the middle, spotted out, having a go up and over the bar is Asidu. Locomotive quickly on the restart. And just as quickly, out for a Hartford throw. And Brendan Burke likes what he sees. Ryan Clairhout, perhaps not so much. First match of the season. Here's Romario Williams. We'll talk about a guy who's really put in the shift. Akanyori, though, nice job. Hartford's going to come away with it. Crosses in, dealt with by Craig. Lifted out by Calvillo. That's going to be a foul. I think waiting to play advantage was our referee. Good call. Hartford touches the ball. The whistle blows. Vasilovic from Hines, and now to Calvillo. Hartford set up defensively quite well. Vasilovic, distribution, Calvillo trying to get something started with Dillon. Comes to Hines, chopped in, looking for a handball. None on offer. Thought that maybe Aponunu might have gotten a piece. Makangi or Mushugalusa into the middle, snipped out by Craig. Dillon. It's another man who's done a bit of running today for Locomotive FC. Vasilovic. Craig. Stauffer. Vasilovic delivery to the far side for Hines. They find some success out there. Hines sidesteps one, crosses. Zacharias puts it wide. Just caught him awkwardly, it seems. But that is, frankly, something you got to finish. I don't know if Hartford possibly got a last-second deflection, which might have thrown Ricardo Zacharias off, but I'm sure we can quite tell there. Nonetheless, a golden opportunity and well worked all the way up until the final touch. 86th minute. Judging from the way things have gone, we should have 4 to 5 minutes of stoppage time. We'll see. That is up to Brandon Stevens. Hard work by Stauffer again, and he is fouled. Craig, the quick restart. Calvillo shakes the marking. Trying to deliver a nice ball to Dillon would have been nice but didn't get there. Stauffer gets it back again. Good work by Stauffer, draws the contact, and a dangerous free kick for Locomotive as the foul is issued. And Van Kasiel draws the yellow. Native of French Guiana. Van Kasiel whistled for the yellow, given in the 86th minute. And from the pitcher's mound, Lucas Stauffer will deal. Stauffer to the far post. Headed back in by Rose, but taken and cleared immediately. That's just excellent work by Asidu. Wait was indeed waiting for quick distribution to Pasulovic. Liam Rose, the Aussie. Pasulovic tries the back heel, but waiting for that was Aponinum. Locomotive keeps it in play. Topped out by Chapman. Dillon turns. Zacharias and Dillon. That rolls out. Locomotive throw. Dillon fans wanted a hold. That is forthcoming, and here is Hartford. Into the 88th minute. Ushagalusa trying to get it back and will. Good intercept by Craig, though. Back to Wait. Locomotive running out of time and opportunity. Does the home side have an answer? Zacharias. The fans getting the team into it, trying their hardest. Low drive from Alfaro. Lifted out by Marshall. Or Farrell, rather. They'll keep it in play. Alfaro over the top. Craig. Nice touch to Zacharias. Vasilovic. Calvillo cuts it back. Calvillo wants to have a go. Well defended. Jay Chapman right in front. Hines in again, and Walters skies for that. Looking for the far post and Stauffer, and this time the pass a bit too short. Into the 90th minute. Hartford has made this stick since minute 14 and Romario Williams' penalty. And what we thought would be an up and down game, Hartford has set itself well defensively. Locomotive has really not found the keys for unlocking that defense for most of the night. And the opportunities they have had have not gone through. Looks like it's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time. Calvillo cutting it back. Hartford sitting in a block. Again, Chapman springing, and Galena. And he'll take a knock. That's going to be a foul on Calvillo, and that's, for obvious reasons, going to draw yellow. 5 minutes, the official signal from the fourth official. Well, it was a season opener against New Mexico United. What was that, 2022? Leandro Carrijo in stoppage time to equalize when New Mexico United had led 1-0 for most of the match. That was 3 seasons ago, not 2. The start of an outstanding season under Mark Lowry for that 2022 season. So Locomotive, not without precedence, if they found an answer in stoppage time in their opening match. Leandro Carrijo, 6 goals in a Locomotive uniform, as by then in his mid-30s, the super sub. Leandro Carrijo scoring 73 goals. The man they call Carrigo in Ciudad Juarez for Bravos. Still the all-time leading goal scorer for FC Juarez. Out to the far side, that is seen out by Alfaro, and that will be, looks like a goal kick. Actually, it's a foul. No, goal kick is the call at the edge of the 6. Into the 3rd minute of 5. Locomotive has just not found a way forward. And Hartford Athletic has to be extra excited. The fans of the green and blue, with the way this season has started on the road all the way on the southern border of the United States here in El Paso. That's going to be a foul. Dillon pushed and a yellow card issued. And another free kick coming, but from pretty far outside the area. I think the caution came to Jay Chapman there. Locomotive with a couple of minutes remaining. Stauffer headed down. Dillon getting a piece of that is Basulovic. It'll go over for a Locomotive corner. Headed out of trouble by Hartford. Quickly it's Calvillo, who will leave off for Stauffer. Locomotive has created a ton of opportunities, so many corner kicks tonight. We're looking for that one connection. Stauffer into the middle, Calvillo to the far post. It's out for a goal kick. The 7th corner of the evening for Locomotive FC. And in the final minute of stoppage time, does the home side have one more push? Walters in the restart. An awkward head knock for Brendan Craig. It'll be a Hartford throw. Tristan Hodge urged to throw the ball in and get it going. Here's Stauffer. Straight to the middle of the pitch from Akangila. Asidu. Aponunu. Shane Beckford, it'll be goal kick, Locomotive. And that is pretty much going to do it. Maybe one more go. Brendan Craig out of the back, headed down by Hartford, and that is the match. Hartford Athletic has come to El Paso and picked up all 3 points on offer. Their first victory over Locomotive FC, and the dubious distinction of never having won an opening match continues for Locomotive. 1-0, the 14th minute penalty converted by Romario Williams. is the difference in this match. And Hartford, under Brendan Burke, has got to be over the moon with the start to this one. 3 to 5 matches. Well, number 1 looked pretty good. For Brian Claerhout and Locomotive FC, it's back to the drawing board. I'm thinking Christmas might be something that's solved just by another game. They'll get it on Wednesday. We'll be back with more and highlights, stats after this.
Southwest Auto Glass is El Paso's leader in glass repair and replacement since 1992. Reliable and proven service, we offer the best value in the auto glass industry. When it's time to get your car back on the road, Southwest Auto Glass will install it professionally and safely with the highest quality products and services. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Use the experts that national car dealers and professional football players use. Southwest Auto Glass, your glass installation experts.
At the Loft, Zuben Ortiz, we believe it's your injury, your loss. Why pay 45, 40, or even 32% and high attorney fees for an accident that wasn't your fault? At the Loft, Zuben Ortiz, we only charge 25% when your case is settled without a lawsuit being filed. No matter the size of your case, you pay nothing unless we win your case. I'm Ruben Ortiz. I'm from El Paso, I live in El Paso, and I will personally get you the money that you deserve.
Call the law offices of Ruben Ortiz today, 545-1616.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park in downtown El Paso. Hartford Athletic comes on the road all the way across the country, almost, to the southern border and defeats Locomotive FC by the score of 1-0. Locomotive outshoots Hartford Athletic 12-7. Shots on target, Hartford Athletic doing the job 4-3. The possession, as you would imagine, pretty much the same as it was in the first half. 65% of the ball for Locomotive, 35% for Hartford. But it was Hartford making the penalty kick stand. 7 corners for Locomotive to 3 for Hartford Athletic. 2 offside calls and then 4 yellow cards for Hartford Athletic. Just the 1 for Locomotive FC, but it is a Hartford win on the road. Their first against this team. Both teams have been in the league since 2019. And for the first time in the 3 seasons they've faced off, Hartford Athletic is going to come away with a win in El Paso. And it is a disappointing start for Locomotive FC, but I think you have to like the chances they created. 7 corners. One of these days, something's going to start to fall for this team, if we've seen anything. And it was a slow start last year until Locomotive FC went on that amazing 10-game unbeaten streak after a 3-0 win on the road to Louisville City, who will be here 1 week from tonight. So it might be good that Locomotive has their second match coming up on Wednesday evening as Monterey Bay comes to town to face off with Locomotive FC, and then on the heels of that versus, again, Louisville City a week from this evening. But, just a good way to get the sour taste out of your mouth. And Locomotive with some guys on the bench who are going to be fresh, including stalwarts like Noah Dolenmeyer and others who will be ready to go for this Locomotive side. That's not even counting the folks who are out injured this evening. Guys like Petar Petrovic and Joaquin Rivas and Ed Borelli, who we had the pleasure of speaking to tonight. And hopefully, Locomotive can get the ship righted in rapid fashion on Wednesday evening. A brisk breeze blowing through downtown El Paso this evening has never really got things started and warmed up for Locomotive FC. As for now, let's head down to the pitch. And we have our estrella of the match. My estrella certainly too. Number 4, Lucas Stauffer. Andrea with our estrella of the match.
Locals, let's welcome the first estrella of the match of the season, Luke Stauffer. Luke, a lot of chances tonight from yourself and your teammates. Obviously tough not to convert on those, but still a good sign that those chances are being created. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's the game. They had one clear chance, put it away, so credit to them. But yeah, you can see that the football and the ideas that we have and the quality that we have, it's going to come together. And, you know, they just didn't fall for us, but there will be times where every chance will go in. So it's unfortunate, but luckily we play again Wednesday, so short-term memory, and we got to get 3 points at home.
That's right. You personally put a lot of effort on the pitch. We all saw that. How are you feeling after tonight's effort?
It's a good team effort, you know. We have a lot of quality within our group. And yeah, it's tough to say it was a good performance, but we created so many opportunities and had so much of the ball, and sometimes the other team gets the lucky punch. And unfortunately, you know, it wasn't us, but luckily, again, we have another opportunity on Wednesday at home.
Playing here on the home side now, how did you enjoy the atmosphere, and any message to the fans that attended here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, what an atmosphere. When it's hard to communicate on the field with your teammates, you know that you're playing in one of the hardest atmospheres and one of the most fan-backed atmospheres in American soccer. So credit to you guys for coming out. It's really nice for me. Having played in Germany with a ton of fans, this was so much better. It was really amazing. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Let's give it up for Luke. First estrella of the match. Now we're going to have you sign this ball right here. And one lucky fan tonight is going to get it. Fans, remember we have 2 more home matches next week, March 13th and March 16th. So make sure you get your tickets.
Thank you very much, Andrea, as we appreciate her efforts with Lucas Stauffer down on the pitch. Let's take a look at our physical therapy balance and hand centers play of the match, and that was Tony Alfalo. Right at the last of the first half, Alfalo puts that off the bar. Service from Moshabani, your physical play of the match. Hartford Athletic defeats Locomotive FC 1-0 for our executive producer. We appreciate everything from Juan and the gang there in the booth for us tonight. Your final score this evening, Hartford Athletic 1, Locomotive FC 0. Until Wednesday night, I'm Duke Keith. So long.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.